Wrestling were the ones that were supposed to bring him in. So a shout out to you guys. Nice group, nice bunch of kids. Young in the business. Some of the guys that are more advanced in the business are, helping them out, and uh, I know the promoter and I know the bookers and that sort of thing. So they're really a good group of kids. Of course, you could tell the wrestlers, you could pick them out of a hat because they were walking around and there's these real built like a brick shithouse type guys, and they're wearing the JCCW shirts and all that, and of course these young kids, they don't know me, so I'd walk up to them, and you know me, I've got a if I can, I'm going to rib somebody. So I walked up to them. I said, "Excuse me, guys. Hey, can you help me out?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure. What's the matter?" I said, "Man, I lost my girlfriend. I can't find her anywhere. Her name is Kayfabe. Have you seen her?"
Ah.
Yeah. That's when they get this look on their face and they're like, I said, "Oh, good. They know better." And so, because not one of them, even alluded, to the fact that they knew, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then when I introduced myself as Alfie, they're like, "Oh, you're Alfie? Oh my God, I've heard so much about you." And yeah, they're right. You are an asshole, But they, yeah.
That's
No,
awesome.
they said it. It was a joke, They said it in jest, but it was really funny. And so yeah, I said, "Let me guess, Danny Ray." He goes, "Yep, Danny Ray said." I said, "Yeah, well, man, fuck him." But anyway, no, Danny's a great guy. He's awesome. Trained a lot of great kids that's come up in this business, and he's
Yeah,
fantastic. So
Jamie Noble's one of the main ones, to my knowledge, at least.
Jamie Noble and Chance Prophet are the two biggest success stories. So Chance Prophet is kicking butt and taking names over in the NWA, and of course Jamie's was working for Vince. So yep, they're the two biggest success stories that I know of.
Right.
But this next weekend coming up, I have another convention that just kind of sprung up. Actually, I wasn't going to do anything else until September, but this is going to be kind of like an hour and a half away from my house. So it's called the Old School Convention. It's for this. It's a fundraiser to help preserve an old building in a place called St. Mary's, West Virginia. It's near Parkersburg, and I'm going. I'm going to set up my table and stuff like that, and I'm going to sell my artwork and this, that, and the other. And later on that night, just over the bridge in Marietta, Ohio, is an independent show where the Young Bucks are going to be, and a few other wrestlers. I don't know. I don't even know the name of the promotion. I didn't ask. All I know is the guy asked me to draw the Young Bucks, so I said I'd do it, and he's paying me, so I'm happy.
Oh, so you're gonna be in there with you're gonna be at Ohio with the Young Bucks.
No. I'm just going to do the convention, and then I'm going to go home. No, the guy that's going to buy the picture, he's going to the show.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, but he actually lives in St. Mary's, so he's going to come to the convention long enough to get the picture, pay me, and then head to Marietta, because I think it's about 2 hours from where St. Mary's is. I think, I'm not sure, but I know he's going to come by on the way, pick up his drawing, and then head on out.
Right.
But he did promise he'll try to get a picture of the artwork with the Young Bucks. So
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna love it. Like both of them. I'm trying to remember which one. I think it was Nick Jackson, the one with the blonde hair.
okay,
He really. I sent both of them, both brothers. I sent them a South Park I made of. I sent two South Parks. I sent one where it's just them, and I sent one where it's all of the Bullet Club. And Nick liked the one where it's just them two, and then I think Matt liked the one with all of them. I made them with like it was them two, it was AJ, Cody Hall, Doc Gallows. So they enjoy shit like that. Like and I've seen like pictures of Instagram of like their like one of their houses. Like they'll have like they'll have like shirts of them in like Beavis and Butthead form. They have some artwork up there too, so they'll definitely get a kick out of your stuff. For you, I say this to everybody because wrestlers love it when they do this. I would make an extra if you want to make an extra to give to them because
I was
they'll
I was thinking
more
about
than be more than happy to have something like that.
I was thinking about that. I mean, I know that this kid that I've drawn for before, his name is Shane, and he got a drawing done of AJ, and AJ absolutely. This is about a year ago, and he loved it. You know, this is back when AJ was still, maybe it wasn't a year ago, but he was still a TNA at the time, and so he was really into. He loved the drawing, and he did kind of say, "Hey, man, this is great. You know, they're one for me." So I since we're talking about wrestling tonight, I do want to say that, folks, I got some really terrible news. It's crappy. I told Eric about it last night, but there's an interview. It's on YouTube now, and it's with my hero, Ricky Steamboat, the Dragon, and he's talking about being an agent with the WWE, talking about WrestleMania and stuff. But the one thing that he touched on that I want to discuss before we get started is about his son Richie Steamboat, who apparently suffered a back injury. And for a while now, they've kept it quiet because I guess they're just wanting to see if he was going to be able to come back. But due to his back injury, he injured 4 discs in his back, and he has the surgery to repair it. However, the surgery that he had to repair the injury will not allow him to ever wrestle again. So Richie Steamboat is officially retired before he even gets started from wrestling, and it's a shame because he got it. You know, he understood the business. He understood wrestling, which coming from his who his dad was, or dad is rather, is it's a shame when you see someone who knows how to wrestle and their light gets extinguished before it gets a chance to really shine. Kind of like Reed Flair. You know, Reed was an amazing wrestler in his own right, and then of course his path was a little darker than Richie's. You know, with the drugs and the bad choices that he made. Of course, it ended up costing him his life. But with Richie, I know that kid was clean, and I know that it's a shame to see that he has to give it up because I know watching his videos, you could tell he really loved it. You could tell that he was really into what he was doing, and it's a real shame.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, it's just as bad as like me personally. I honestly, I told you, I never seen too much of Richie Steamboat. I googled some of his stuff. He was pretty good. I mean, like I think like he would have been better off working Japan or learning that craft than traveling like a Pro Wrestling Gorilla or one of those companies. But I mean, when I saw him in NXT, I was just like, yeah, he's well FCW. More so, I saw like one NXT match he had, and it wasn't good. But I think it was from the guy he was working with. I forgot who it was. Some job guy he was against. But
Well, he actually started training. Harley Race was one of the guys that trained him. George South trained him, and then Ricky sent him over to the dojo, and he got training from there. Then he was sent to Puerto Rico. He was training down there with the Colones. Ricky wanted him to get a lot of the flavors, all the flavors of the business. You know, he even sent him to Europe. So he learned all the styles of wrestling. But the problem is with the WWE is that they want them to wrestle their way. You know,
oh
so
yeah,
that's yeah. I've seen his matches when he was working on the Indies, when he was working in Japan, and they're just phenomenal stuff. The WWE stuff, you could tell that was just he was just doing that to earn a check, to earn his money, but and to earn his spot
yeah.
because I know he was about to go up too. That's what really sucks the most. He was about to go up. He was going to be called up. And here's the other thing too. The word around the campfire was that he was going to be brought in initially as a heel. Although I don't think it would have worked. I mean, I don't see him as a heel. It just wouldn't have worked.
I mean, does he have any bad bone in his body?
That's what I'm saying. Just like his old man. I mean, Ricky has said in interviews before that he always wanted to play the heel, but in fact, when he was back in '91, when he came back to the WWF, and he was doing the fire breathing thing for the first time, he approached Vince McMahon about maybe turning heel. And Patterson told him, he said, Steamboat, you could go out there with a chainsaw and behead Hulk Hogan in the middle of the ring, and the fans are still going to cheer you. There is no heel for you, And I could see that. I've seen Ricky booed, but I think it was only because the crowd that was there, like in 1989, when he wrestled Flair, they were in Chicago. That's a Flair town.
Yeah,
So the fans would have booed anybody working against Flair.
yeah, it's really, if that would be like if he went in the if he's working in the one of the Carolinas, I'd say North Carolina the most, and he's working against Flair. Yeah, he's gonna get booed. That would be like, just saying if like freaking Flair worked Sting, because they always say that Steamboat's built from Hawaii, even though
Why? Why? Yeah.
yeah, even though he's really not from there.
Right.
That's why I'm going to use Sting
Well,
as an
yeah, that's
example.
the
If
thing.
Flair
Yeah,
works
Ricky was
Sting, in California, he's going to get booed.
right.
That's just how it is.
And that's the thing too. I think Sting is legit from California.
Yeah, he
So
is.
yeah, and Steamboat was actually born in West Point, New York, not far from where I was born.
West Point, yeah, that's about, I want to say, a good 45 minutes from Amsterdam, where you're from.
Hmm. Yeah. So okay, moving on. It's a shame about Steamboat. It's a shame about Richie. It is. But moving on, what are your thoughts on Taz leaving TNA?
Oh man, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. I totally forgot all about that. It shows how much I cared. No, I'm being dead serious. I saw it.
No, it's fine.
Because I was because I saw it actually in an article yesterday when I was on my way to the O'Hara's, the karaoke place I go to. I saw it, I glanced, I'm like, well, I was like, I'm curious to see who they're going to replace him with now on TV.
Hang on a minute. You do karaoke, so does that mean you were singing all about the bass?
Oh, please.
Couldn't resist.
Oh, come
I'm sorry.
on. You mean to tell me you don't know anything about computers, but you actually know about that song?
Dude, let me tell you something. When you live in a house like I do, and you've got little kids, and every frickin' song on the radio they've got to play 10 million fucking times, yeah, I know about that song.
All right.
And actually, it's got a good message. I mean, the song has a good message. It's catchy, but
it's a white people song. Let's face
it. It is. I'd rather listen to Uptown Funk.
Oh, that's a great song.
Oh, I know. Although I do hate the line about makes a dragon want to retire. It's like, fuck you, Ricky's awesome. But
oh, come on. Everything's got to be Ricky Steamboat. I'm not even that bad when it comes to Stone Cold. And we'll actually get into some Stone Cold talk because he mentioned something about John Cena, but let's go back to Taz.
Yes.
I liked Taz a lot when in the ECW days. Once he came to WWE, I was hyped up as a little kid because I knew who he was. I've seen his matches. Once that music hit, I went crazy in my house because I should have been there at the Garden. For some reason, I didn't go to the Royal Rumble 2000. Probably me being a stubborn little shit. I was probably mad Stone Cold was out for like a year, so that's probably why. But yeah, though. I really liked Taz a lot as a kid. Him and an announcer, it's not a detriment, with him off TV. It's not a, TNA needs a fresh look, but you can tell, like, that company's hurting without AJ Styles.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
That's the thing. Every little thing that they're doing now, it's like, yeah, no one's really gonna care. I wonder. The only thing I'm wondering, maybe they'll bring in, maybe they'll have Jeremy Borash on the color, but I can't see him doing a good job with Josh Matthews. It's not enough personality there. At least I'll say one thing about Taz. He had some flavor to him, but he came off like a blubbering buffoon a lot of times. Best way to say it.
Do you see him going back to WWE, or do you see him maybe? Yeah, I do too. Now let me ask you this: do you see him going back as a commentator, or do you see him going back as maybe an in-ring competitor?
Oh, he's done.
I know.
The guy is so out of shape now. It's not even funny.
I know. Last time I seen him, I went, "Oh my God, Taz got fat."
Oh, I saw him. When I saw him in person. When I was at the last TNA taping in New York, he walked by. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Really?
Like,
because I just saw him on television.
He was I hate to say this, take about 150 pounds off of him. He's basically minus 150 to 200 pounds. If he had 200 pounds more on him, he'd look like Paul Bear. Honestly.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's I don't know, man. I mean, he's chowing down there up in Brooklyn,
Well,
getting
there
that
you
Brooklyn
go.
pizza.
Well, the food's so good. I mean, I can't blame him.
Oh man.
So,
Well, I mean, yeah, pizza there is pretty good.
oh man, let me tell you, the only place, and I honestly mean this, the only place that I ever had pizza that tasted better than the one I had in New York was in my mother's kitchen. So,
Now let me ask you this: um, do they? Because I know fucking nothing about podunk. Do they have a lot of pizza places there?
uh, believe it or not, in Wheeling, West Virginia is more or less an Italian community. The
Oh,
Italians,
okay.
yeah, the Italians settled there. They do an Italian Heritage Festival every year, and I think we're coming up on it actually. And they have a pizza place there called DeCarlo's, and it's phenomenal. It's really good pizza. There's a couple of places that I would not recommend going into because you may see something you're not supposed to, and then end up sleeping with the fishes, if you know what I mean. But beyond that, it's But for the most part, no, man, these people don't know the first fucking thing about good Italian food. They don't know the first fucking thing about good, Spanish food. And I don't mean Mexican. I mean Spanish food. They don't know the first fucking thing about any kind of food outside of beans and cornbread, Bubba. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I figured.
yeah, it's
Because
southern
I
down
was really
here.
thinking, I was like, do West Virginia even really have? Because like at least we're in the New Jersey, New York area, it's a little more diverse. So because in the West Virginia, you're heading more towards that south area, so it's more likely to find
Hmm.
good quality stuff. I mean, Chicago, parts of Illinois, you could kind of consider almost the South because they're not too far away from Missouri. But Chicago, those people always claim that their pizza's the best. It's like a fucking birthday cake.
Yeah, I've had Chicago pizza. It's good, but it's way too thick. I mean, I don't want to spend an hour trying to eat pizza. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. We ordered. Matter of fact, we ordered from Papa John's tonight,
Oh, that's
and
not pizza.
it's the closest thing to it that I can actually stomach. I mean, they got this place down here called Geno's, and it's oh okay. Here in Charleston, you're gonna love this. Here in Charleston, there is a Italian restaurant. Okay, and it's famous. It's been all over the place, okay? And it's called Fazio's. Fazio apostrophe S. Fazio. Or if you're going to say it the Italian way, it's Fazio, okay? These fucking hicks down here say Fazio.
Well, does that surprise you?
No, but it disgusts me is what it is. Because I go in there and I say, hey, I'm going to Fazio. And they're like, where are you going? Oh, you mean Fazio? And what's really funny is that it used to be, run by people who are connected, and the fucking place is located on a street called Bullet Street.
Oh,
Yeah, and what's really funny is that I'm really good friends with the bartender. He and I actually go to church together, and I've done a lot of drawings for him. And he'll say just come to the back of the building and I'll meet you out back and I'll give you your money and blah blah blah.
oh boy.
But for the drawings. But this one night I go in right, and I go in and I made the off-color joke about how I'm going to Fazio's to collect. See, now you get that. I had to explain it to people.
No, no, stop.
I swear to God, I had to explain it. I really did.
Oh,
I really did, and I'm just like, oh, never mind. I mean, because people, I understand the cultural diversities, because I've been a lot of places on this, in the United States, but mainly just on the East Coast. I've never been any further than Chicago. Well, Detroit, but
yeah. The
now in
furthest
Detroit.
I've
Now
been was
let me
actually
let me tell you
Missouri.
about Detroit. Fucking Detroit. I swear to God, Eric, I thought it was a stereotype. I thought that those little Indian people, greetings, welcome to me, come into my shop, buy a purple squishy. I really thought that that was a stereotype that they ran those stores. No, sir, it's the God's honest truth.
Oh, dude, we got them here.
Well, I don't know, but I walked in there and there's like 8 Saddam Husseins looking at me, going, "Hey, dog,"
Oh.
and the smell. I mean, this guy, he ran an ice cream truck, right? And my brother lives in Dearborn, so it's a suburb of Detroit, and so um, we're up there, and they have an ice cream truck, right? It was the only place that I ever got WWF ice cream bars
Okay.
because we never got them here. Even when they came to Huntington for wrestling, they didn't sell them. It's like they didn't. I don't know. We never got them. But anyway, he fucking pulls up and he comes out of that window with that smell, and you're just like, okay, with a hazmat suit, hand me my fucking ice cream, dude. And one guy's driving, the other guy works the window, and they fucking talking that talk language, and I'm like, what the fuck are they saying? You know. So.
Oh man, no. There's a recent discovery. What what I found with those kind of people. I associate them with one thing. I remember here. I actually remember sending you. Do you remember me sending you a link? It was a YouTube link, and I said, "This is Bray Wyatt if he was Indian."
Yes.
Have you ever? Did you watch that yet?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
Oh,
did.
so you know about the Love Charger?
I about pissed myself. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, it is such a catchy song. Oh, it's such a catchy song. Oh, last night actually, me and my buddy Justin.
That's a top 10 hit, brother. That's a top 10 hit, brother. That's a show enough hit right there.
Yeah. Funny story about this guy. I don't think I ever went into this much detail with him. So this guy, I could even show you the article. Supposedly he's responsible for 400 men taking their balls off just so they could be closer to God.
Wow.
Yum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, control the population. Have your men spayed or neutered. I mean, you know.
Oh well, I mean, it's so they could all be love chargers.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. No, at this rate, I call every Indian now a love charger.
Okay, definitely. Did I ever tell you? Oh my God, you're talking about balls. I have a very large set of testicles. Okay, and I mean they're huge. And I know this because I was getting dressed for a wrestling show. You know how the boys are in the locker room. They're sitting and they're getting dressed and they're under underwear. Or for those of them who actually wear underwear, there are some that go au natural, but that doesn't look really good with the spandex. You know, you can see everything. You can definitely see the twig and giggleberries. But anyway, so I'm getting dressed, right, and I'm in my underwear, and apparently I had seepage. One of my nuts was hanging out of my underwear, right? And I'm sitting there, and you know how you can feel when you're being stared at?
Yep.
Well, I had that feeling. And I look over, and there's one of the guys, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, what? What's your problem? You know? And he points to me, and I swear to God, this is the voice he used. Alfie got cowboys.
Oh.
And I went,
oh.
I'm just like, what? He goes, Alfie's got cowboys. I went, what? He goes, you have cowboys. May I touch your cowboys? May I play with your cowboys? May I fondle your cowboys? And I went, get the fuck away from me, you nut job. You know? And so, you know, luck would fucking have it. I'm actually wrestling him that night. You know, I didn't even know because the guy hadn't come in and put the promoter hadn't come in and put the list up yet. And he wears a Jason Voorhees mask, okay? And so even if he does talk, you're not going to see him talking. Well, this motherfucker ribbed me good. We lock up, he goes, cowboys. And I went, oh, you bastard. So I had no problem smacking him around the ring a few times.
He said it just like that?
You almost like Eric Cartman.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. When you described it to me, it made it sound like he was trying to basically do an Eric Cartman impersonation. I'm trying to look for...
He had it down.
Oh wait, he said cow balls, right?
Cow balls.
Cow balls. Yeah, I'm trying to
Cow
look
balls.
now because I'm actually trying to see if that's an actual thing on South Park. Because I
It
never. It
it
sounds
might
like
be.
something he would do.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure. I mean, I used to watch that show, but honestly, after Kyle's Mom's a Bitch, I stopped watching because that's when they hit comedy gold. So,
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. You gotta. I gotta send you some of the shit that they've done.
okay,
You know the singer Lord, right?
I do. Yes.
Okay, here's a good one then. All right, so Randy, which was Stan Marsh's father, right?
Right, right.
All right, this will speak for itself. Okay, they do an episode where Lord comes to town, and basically, Stan finds out for himself that his father Randy is Lord.
Oh my God.
So, they come out with a song for it.
The image of me that you see is distorted, twisted, broken, fractured, isolated, miles out to sea. I don't want a separate place. I need to feel safe. I'm thrown away, 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 away. Push, tear down the walls. This box you put me in. You don't know push on, you.
Yeah, here I'll play. All right, I'll play the
Oh my
clip
God.
of how he
The
discovers.
record company messed it all up. It was supposed to go Hunger Games, yeah, 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 Hunger Games. But they just do.
Yeah, let me explain this real quick because I don't know if he's gonna say it. But basically, what he does when he's on stage, because he can't do auto tune, he'll go on stage and go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I am Lord. Yeah, 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 yeah." So here comes
what
this
they
part.
want with my songs.
Wait, Lord sounds like a girl.
Auto tune. You want to see how I do it? I come up with all my best stuff in the bathroom at work. I use this program to import the recordings I make on my phone. Yeah, yeah, feeling good on a Wednesday. Sparkling thoughts. Give me the hope to go on. Oh, what I need now is a little bit of shelter.
Dad, Lord's music is actually really good.
Thanks, but it gets even better when I add the drum loops. Yeah, feeling good on a Wednesday. Then with the computer, I can actually quantize everything. Feeling backup instruments, and then finally I use the auto tune.
Sparkling thoughts, feeling good on a Wednesday. Giving me the hope, giving me the hope to go on. What I need is a little bit of shelter.
Stan.
Yep. Yeah, actually, every time before I go up on when I go to sing, every time, because it's always on a Wednesday, I always go, yeah, yeah, feeling good on a Wednesday.
So what do you sing when you do karaoke? I'm curious.
Oh, all different things. I'll do Ramstein with the DJ.
Hmm.
We both do Duhas really good. I'll do a lot of Beatles stuff. Let's see, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. Last night I did Led Zeppelin. A Beatles song. I did Hey Jude yesterday.
Oh, nice song.
Yeah, I did Immigrant Song. I'm trying to remember what the first song I did last night was. Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash.
Oh, I love that song. That's
Yeah.
great.
Next week I plan on doing I Walk the Line.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll tell you, the worst singer I've ever heard that did
Yoko Ono?
karaoke was Bill Apter, and I heard that in person. And you try to picture someone with a very thick New York accent trying to sing "I Swear," and that's still. I mean, he's just "I swear by the moon and the stars and the sky."
Oh, that sounds like Bill Apter, definitely.
Oh my God! I mean, I'm standing there with my buddy Joey, and I'm like, "Are you hearing what I'm hearing?" And we're both like, "Get the fucking hook," you know. And when I do karaoke, I can't because usually the people that I do the karaoke with, they've known me for years. I really cannot leave the stage until I do La Bamba at least once, because again, we're in Podunk and no one sings in Spanish.
Oh,
I swear to God. And one time I actually mixed it up a little, and I sang another one that they do in Spanish called "Before the Next Teardrop Falls." It's an old Freddie Fender hit, and he only does a little bit of it in Spanish, like one little beat in Spanish, but it's easy, And then there's the one from Desperado with Antonio Banderas sings, and I can do that one too. So I can sing in Spanish. I can't speak a fucking lick, but I understand some of it. I can understand some words, and I understand more Italian than I do Spanish. But if you break it down, Spanish and Italian are very close, extremely similar. Um, in the way the language is, just like you know, certain words are the same, certain and they mean the same thing. So it's very similar.
Right.
But what do you think about this thing with Ronda Rousey wanting to make a return to the WWE in some fashion?
It's an eminent. I think I could definitely most likely see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think a good way to do it, and you might think, because I thought about this, and this is how I thought about this idea. Okay, so one day, it was actually no, actually it was not one day. It was on April Fool's. Actually, someone made a joke. It was one of the news websites. I think it was WrestlingInc.com or whatever. That they posted an article saying, "Oh, CM Punk's making a return, but he's going to accompany Ronda Rousey to the ring at Extreme Rules." And I knew it was a joke right away, but I was like, you know what? If anything, like Punk just doesn't want to work the full-time schedule. We know firsthand that's done. Whether he comes back ever to do one match or whatever, that's done. But if Ronda Rousey ever gets in the ring, I could see him coming out into her corner.
I could see that.
It would be fucked up because, like, think of all the times that for the past year his wife has been on TV and he hasn't shut up once.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. No, you're absolutely right there. But I could see that though. I could see Punk doing that. I mean, because no matter where he goes in the business, I still see him as a wrestler first, and I think he'll see that too.
Oh, he's not learning that way because people are getting they're fucking shitting up on about what he said because he said something about I people struggle with this identity crisis for a long time that they're trying to be the best at phony wrestling. And people were like getting mad about it. I'm like, yeah, but the guy got fucked over by the company that he wanted to. He emotionally broke down in Ring of Honor and cried because not only was he leaving his friends, but he was getting a job at the biggest wrestling company. This guy had a passion and a love, and this company fucking ruined him. So, you know what? If he feels like this now, then it's totally natural. He's heartbroken. That's the best way to explain it. He's fucking heartbroken from WWE.
Well, my God, wouldn't you be? I mean,
Yeah.
I totally see his plight. I get his point of view.
Yeah,
And I really do wish. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's
No.
just I really do see it as I wish him and AJ nothing but the best because I don't know how she really is as a person. I've heard good and bad things, but I know what kind of a person he is, and I think that it sucks that he can't play anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And because I don't want to sound like I'm coming off as but it does. It breaks my heart that he can't do something that I know he loves to do, and it really kind of breaks my heart, when I think about it.
And
Because it's like, well,
sucks.
damn, I know that kind of pain, when I had to give it up because I couldn't do it anymore. When my back said, and my health said, no, stupid, that you're done. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be done. There's not a day that goes by, and I really mean this. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think, especially when the weekends come, like, oh man, I would be getting packed right now, and I'd be getting ready to go, and I'd be getting ready to put on a show and be Sir Alfred or be the Playboy or whatever, whoever I was working as, and and it kills me because I want to do that so bad and I can't anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I feel like at least what we're doing now the podcast thing. Yeah, it's not the same thing, but it's kind of it has its similarities. I mean, think about it. We're still putting on a 3-hour show for a crowd.
True. That's
if
very
you look
true,
at it that way,
And that's true, and I'm not saying that once in a while Sir Alfred won't come out and make a few appearances, I'm not saying that he can't do it, but the problem is with you, Eric, though, is you're a stupid bloody peasant, Jr. He's not much far behind you, to be honest. I mean, neither one of you really understand, the way it is to be an Englishman in this business, because you've got to be proper. You have to understand that, for you Americans, you can use soap. It is your friend. You don't need to be afraid of it. Wash it, move it around your body when you're using the shower and that sort of thing. And also, you have to understand that we have a queen who she's a bit of an old bird, but it is what it is. She's okay. But she did knight me, back about almost 25 years ago, and so it is what it is. But I've got to go. I've got to go catch a flight. So here's JR back. So, yeah.
Oh, screw you for the whole soap thing. I know where you got that from.
Yeah.
you
Are
know
you
where.
kidding? I stole most of my shit from that motherfucker. Are you kidding?
What motherfucker are you talking about?
Regal.
Oh no, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
What?
There's a fucking shower on that bus too. When you get in that goddamn shower, hit the bar of soap. Put a little water on it and rub it all underneath your armpits, around your balls, and your fucking asshole, would you smelly prick? Here's a tube of toothpaste. What you do is you pour some of this out on a little toothbrush and you scrub them fucking gimmicks in your mouth. They're called teeth. Get all that yellow shit off of them. Your breath don't smell like a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Deodorant. It's a miracle.
Yep, that's where you got it from.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about that. No, I was actually doing the Regal thing, when
I
he
know.
first came to WWE.
Oh yeah, no, I know you were.
Well, the second time, because the first time was just a tragedy.
He's a
man, such a man. God, I hated that, and he did too.
Oh man, yeah,
I don't know who he pissed off to be put into that gimmick, but
Just think though, that's when he was on the drugs.
I know, right? Well, we'll blame it on the drugs.
Yeah, that's when he was on the drugs. He got clean after that.
We'll just blame it on drugs. I'm actually looking here. Did you know the thing where Ronda Rousey did that judo throw to Triple H? It was completely and totally ad-libbed, like it wasn't planned.
Oh, I could tell. That kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, I'm actually reading this thing right here now about it, and it said that.
That kind of made me mad because I was like, you just buried that entire Sting Triple H match.
Oh yeah, dude.
They made Ronda Rousey look in like 5 seconds look stronger than Sting and Triple H, which they've been building for about 5 months.
Yeah.
So you just killed off, and which didn't make sense was the whole handshake bullshit. That whole thing, I don't know, man. That Sting losing. Once I saw that, I was like, oh, like you just ruined that entire gimmick. Then they shook hands.
Sting shouldn't have lost.
Yeah, he shook like you fucking cocky prick.
Yeah, it really set up to so that one more time they could twist the knife a little deeper that they killed WCW. After I heard the commentators and how they turned, I'm just like, fuck, I'm like, oh my God, are we actually listening to an actual shoot on Wrestle fucking Mania? I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I am saying I know what I heard. And that's exactly what it sounded like to me.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And I'm just like, motherfucker, I mean, this was a more believable shoot than the screw job. So,
Yeah.
Honestly, and I've talked to a lot of people, even Snuka, and I asked him about it. I did. I said, what's your take on the whole screw job thing? And he goes, brother, Vince, you piss him off, and he's gonna make sure that you do what he wants you to do, brother. And I said, so you don't think it was a work? And he goes, Brett, brother, he take himself a little seriously, Just like his old man, Stu was crazy. So, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I'm cynical. I think everything's a work, but you know,
Yeah.
it's just the way it came up in the business, brother.
Oh,
But
I know. But
this is the last time I'm ever going to talk about it. If it was, it was. If it wasn't, it wasn't. Who gives a fuck? It was in the 1997. Move the fuck on.
yeah, exactly. I kind of got over that in like
Hmm.
2006 when he got into the Hall of Fame. I was like, all right, Bret Hart
Right.
won. He's in the Hall of Fame. He won.
Yep. Well, that's exactly what it is. He that's it. It's over. And or do you think she'll come back to do just a one-time gimmick? Because I mean, she's really over to be an actual worker.
Yeah, I would like
No,
that.
I don't see
but I
it
can't.
to pay the contract because I'm sure she's making killer money over there. And plus her movie appearance. I haven't seen Furious 7. To be fair, and please don't judge me, I haven't seen any of those movies.
The Fast and Furious.
Yeah, like never.
Oh, me neither. I told you.
Somebody else is going to look at me and go, "What? You've never seen those movies?" No, Walker died, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
none of us live forever.
Yeah.
So
I never saw it. I mean, I know. I remember telling people I never seen all of the Harry Potters, and they're like, "What?"
and see, I have all those on DVD, and they're good. But I mean, you don't have to go watch them. I mean, they're good, but I mean, once you've seen one, you've pretty much seen the rest of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
I stopped around the third one. I was like, "Yeah, this is pretty repetitive."
Yeah, and that's a good stopping point, to be honest.
The Lord of the Rings.
So-
Same thing with Lord of the Rings. I was like, I saw.
Oh, fuck that fucking movie, man. See, now you're going to open up the shoot switch, because I'm going to tell you right now, fuck that fucking movie. All those movies are about a bunch of fucking guys walking to a fucking volcano. That's all that is. 3 fucking movies of a bunch of fucking guys and hobbits and fucking elves and fucking just fucking walking. Even the fucking trees walked in that fucking movie. Fuck that fucking movie. I hate the Lord of the Rings.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'm just saying, fuck the Lord of the Rings, fuck them, fuck them. Fuck them in their stupid elf fucking ears. I hate that fucking shit. I haven't seen the movie yet. Have you watched it?
Huh?
Have you seen Sheik's movie? He's got a documentary
Dude,
on Netflix.
oh my god, I was just gonna ask you this. I saw this on Saturday. No, not Saturday. Sunday. I just saw this movie. I'm so happy.
I haven't had the chance to sit and watch it yet. I want to wait till I've got nothing going on so I can sit and enjoy it.
Holy yo, you're gonna love it. Holy
I have no
shit,
doubt.
that
I
was
have no doubt.
fantastic.
Okay, cool. Because I do want to see it. And to be honest, I actually do like Lord of the Rings. I know my wife can hear me, and she's a huge fan, so I did that. I did that mainly just because I actually heard her in the other room going, "Don't get me started." So,
Oh man, yeah, no, yeah. Well, next thing you know, she'll come out here and we'll have a shoot of you guys just talk about Lord of the Rings.
What's funny is that I actually, when I was a kid, I read the book because it was actually just one book way back in the fucking day. When I was 12 years old, I had a summer to kill, so nothing else was going on, and we were broke, so we didn't go anywhere or do anything. So, my neighbor had a yard sale, and that book happened to be there. And my mom was dead set against Dungeons and Dragons because my brother used to do drugs and played Dungeons and Dragons. And she was afraid that I would start doing drugs, even though you don't need drugs to play D&D. But anyway, this book looked like it'd be interesting, and I wanted to check it out, and so I bought it for $0.25. And I spent most of the summer reading it, and it was actually a really good book, But honestly, I don't see why it's so fucking popular. It's just a bunch of people walking to a volcano at the very end with giant fucking eagles.
Same thought with me. I remember I saw I glimpsely because back in the day we had a thing. I mean, I guess I could say it now. The government's not gonna fucking come after me about 15, 14, whatever years later. We had a thing, if you remember, called the hot box. Now,
Yes.
Now for those who don't know what a hotbox was, it was a little thing that you connected to your you'd buy them from somebody who would own one. They were about like $100. I forget where people would get one. I forgot where exactly the guy my dad bought it from got it, but you connected to your old cable box, not the digital one. This is back. They used to play movies on the free channels, and I remember it sucks. I was like 10 years. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, that's when you're going. Yeah, this is just.
Movie series. I'm like, it's I don't know, man. like they basically tell you like in advance, like you have to watch the first one, and now they're made like 7 or 8 of them by now.
Yeah.
And
like
I'm
19,
just like,
19 different fucking
yeah, I'm
chapters,
not
and
going
you're
to
like,
watch
when
all
is
8
this
of
shit
them just
gonna-
so I could say, yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
You're
I'm not
you're
gonna
just going,
care.
when is this shit gonna end? Oh God, you know.
I love that analogy. The whole time walking through a volcano.
The whole fucking movie, it's all it's about. And then at the very end, they fucking throw the ring in. He shrugs and goes home.
Oh man, hey, have you ever had a hot box? Actually, I'm sure you've. I mean,
No, actually, no. I did not. But I do know people who have had them, and they're fucking cool. I wanted one. I could just never tell me to get them where they got one. I wanted one.
oh man, yeah,
Yeah, because
those
it
were.
was all free. I'm like, motherfucker, I want free. I like free.
Yeah, I saw all the WCW pay-per-views for free, all the ECW, all the WWF, even some
Yeah.
other types of pay-per-views, if you get what I mean.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Bow wow.
Yeah, I guarantee you people, from the 80s who had to deal with a channel called Womeka Home Theater and deal with the fuzzy bullshit on their television screen. They were probably pissed. I got to fucking watch all the good stuff for free in good quality.
Oh yeah.
But there was a
you know,
time where digital came in, and then they fucked with everything. Like, there was one time where everything became black and white. There was another time where they took the sound off. And then they eventually just took off pay-per-view in general, and then said, "Hey fuckers, now you have to buy a digital cable box."
Yep.
And then that's where we discovered the pay-per-view streams, and then came the network.
Exactly, and now that we have that, that's a beautiful thing. I'm actually looking at something here. I'm on Wrestling Figs, and I'm looking at the these new Build-A-Figure sets.
Oh yeah. I know you've ranted about them. Do you have any second opinion about it, or is it still like, fuck these things?
I'm looking at it. I can see, I can see some potential in how it could be fun for some kids. Personally, I don't really. Maybe the LOD set and maybe the Triple H set, so I can make a killer-looking, random, Legion of Doom wrestler. But beyond that, actually, you know what? And you're gonna freak out when I say this, but the Hulk Hogan one, where it's the Mr. America thing.
Yeah.
You could do a killer repaint on the tights and make them look like the tights that I designed for Stars and Stripes back in the day.
Oh, I was actually thinking of doing that.
Yeah, the Bray Wyatt. Oh, that'd be cool. The Bray Wyatt one looks pretty cool. I love how they got the original Undertaker mask in that. Remember, because when he wore the mask
That's
for a
actually
while.
that mask actually is the Cody Rhodes mask, and
Oh,
the
it is?
story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the story behind that is Bray Wyatt just used to wear that with a butcher's getup, literally right before he got called up to the main roster. He used to come out at live events wearing that brown butcher's apron, and then he came out with that mask. Because it would make it look like he would bring you out to the shed and cut you up, and that's back when the character was allowed to be dark.
I was gonna say that sounds a little too dark for the WWE, but that's cool that he was allowed to do it then.
Oh man,
the John Cena
him in
one-
NXT was so fucking good.
Oh, I have no doubt. The John Cena thing looks good. It's a little too on the nose
It's
with
for
the
the
military
kids.
thing.
It's for the kids.
That's definitely for the
The
kids.
Cena one, the Cena and the whole one, were for the kids. But
the Rock one is cool.
You know what though? I think I would pick up a couple. Man, if they're not a lot of money, if they're like maybe about, I want to say anywhere like around the $15 to $20. Well, I mean, not 20 is
I was
a
gonna
little
say
steep.
$20 would be $20.
If it's 20 or under, you know what? If it's 20 or under, um, I think I'd get them up because you know what? At least it gives you the thing that it gives you something that people have been wanting for a while. And what I mean by that is it gives you at least that opportunity to be able to create somebody that. Put it this way, it's like taking the video game and bringing it out to real life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
you can
I sure
finally
do.
create a wrestler. You can add them into like your YouTube show. Like I could take custom people, just put them in EMW for the fuck of it. You know.
You know what you could do? You could do one that I've been talking to you about for a while now. We could actually create maybe a J. Barone Holmes or a Kayfabe and Marks the Third, or something like that. I think it'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, no, because I definitely would like to have custom characters. Well, more custom characters. Because I don't know. It's opening up for something that they could expand on. This is just a start. That's the way I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the ones that are out now or coming out now, they are hokey, but it gives out a good gateway to here's the best way to explain it. When they started the Build a Figure series, people were like, "Why the fuck would they start with Michael Cole?"
Yeah.
And that baffled me too. It's like Michael Cole, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it took off though. I mean,
oh,
really,
without a doubt, man. Like I love Now it's kind of like the last one, the recent one was Kane. The one Kane in the suit. And I was like, oh, this is terrible.
So that's Corporate Kane, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Corporate Kane. Because, I don't know what happened, but they were supposed to have come out with the Pole Bearer one, and it never came out in the States. It came out a year ago, and it came out in Australia, Switzerland. States never got it.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, so it worries me, because if we never got Bearer, and Bearer is
one? I mean, did you, order one, or did you get one? Or?
No, it's because I usually would just wait until they come into Toys R Us and get them.
Right.
I'm not.
I'm sure. So you can't order it already put together, like maybe eBay or something, or?
I don't feel like. I looked. I don't feel like spending $85 for Pole Bearer.
That was my next question. I bet it's really ass expensive.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I like my arm and my leg.
I hear that. Yeah, I feel the same way about the what is it? The LJN Ultimate Warrior. I want one, but there's no fucking way I'm spending over $100.
Yeah, I'm like that with even custom figures. Like say I know you're not a big Jeff Hardy guy, but I'm sure. But remember that the Elite One prototype party that they made.
Yes.
People lose their shit over that. I actually stored it once for $40.
Oh wow.
Which is compared to now, people are selling it for $1,500 to $2,000. $40. I was at the time I was like, God, this is a lot. But you know what? I was in my head, I was like, I guarantee you this is going to be going for at least $500 down the road, because it's. Because now it's been over 5 years since they had the license, and Jeff Hardy's been in TNA for that long.
Wow.
So
that's really fun. That's actually pretty good, and that you were able to find that. And this one time, my mom, she went to a yard sale. My mom was big on yard sales. She actually would get up early in the day just so she could go to yard sales, on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And once, and after I got old enough to stay by myself, because I like to go, but it wasn't really a thing like I had to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this one time she let me sleep, and she went out, and she came back, right? And she goes, "Got to the car, I got you something, and you're gonna flip when you see it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I went out there, and I was really happy that she thought of me. And out in the car was the WWF LJN ring, cage, and 6 or 7 wrestlers that I didn't already have. And dude, I almost shit. I was like, oh my god, because I always wanted the cage, and my ring had been broken during a move, so I didn't have the ring anymore. And this was, and the best part was the price. She paid $5 for the whole thing.
Ah,
Yeah, well, the person who was selling it apparently didn't know what they had, and this is about, I'd say, 93, 94, somewhere in there.
oh, it was around the Hasbro times.
Oh yeah, yeah. And by then, I mean, I wasn't playing with my figures, but I was able to put them up in a display, and now I had the ring and the cage to put them on. And I actually took fishing line, and I actually very securely I tied Snooka's feet to the top of the cage, and on the top rope I put Steamboat, and of course I had Andre, and he was bigger than everyone, and I had the big hair Andre. With the blue trunks and blue boots.
Yeah, I had that one too.
And I never got the one in the black singlet. I always wanted it, but for some reason, when the '89 figures came out, and you know what I mean with the black card, for some reason, we never got them down here in Podunk. I mean, to be honest, we never did. And I looked everywhere. We didn't have a Toys R Us in Charleston. We didn't get a Toys R Us in Charleston, West Virginia until I'd say 97, 96, 97.
Oh wow.
Is when no, I tell a lie. That's when we got Walmart. When the hell did we get Toys R Us? Oh wow, I'll bet you it was like 98. It was 98, 99. That's right. But anyway, so we didn't have a Toys R Us, and all we had were Kmart, a store called Hills, and another store called Ames, and they were the only ones that sold toys, that sold WWF, toys. And we never got the black carded WWF figures. It's like after '88, they stopped selling them. I don't know what the fuck. And I'm kicking myself now because Mom actually offered, because in the backs of your PWI magazines they had like where you could order figures and shit.
Yeah.
And Mom actually offered to order me the Ultimate Warrior, and I said no, we'll find it in the store, Mom. It's no big deal. And we never got it in stores. We never got it.
Oof.
Yeah, it sucks too. It's 8:19 p.m. That means the phone lines have been open now for a few minutes. If you want to call in,
Let's hold
everybody.
off a little bit because we
Okay,
are on
so-
a delay.
That's true. We are delayed a
I
little
mean,
bit.
there's a couple things I guess we should really talk about. It's
Okay.
yeah. I'd say people, everyone who's listening, phone lines. Let's hold off till about I want to say about 8:40, 8:45.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, it's around there. No,
So,
I don't know, because I don't. We've only been on for an hour. I'd like to talk about other things for a little bit. And you know what's
Okay,
funny?
what's up?
You know what I find hilarious? We've been on for over an hour, and we and we haven't talked about Raw at all.
Well, you can see how riveting the show was.
I mean, look, Neville and Ziggler, best part of the show, but what do you want us to for people who are listening? What do you want us to say about it? It was a good match. I enjoyed it. It was an amazing spot that Neville did from the he did a 450 from the barricade, but there's not much to really talk about with it.
Well, that was impressive though. I will say that.
Yeah, it was a good match, and I'm not I love both guys. I've watched Neville his almost his entire career. I've been watching all his Pro Wrestling Guerrilla stuff, all the stuff he's done in Noah in Japan. I've be a big fan of Pac. Adrian Neville, whatever you want to call him. Right now they're building him up. That's all it is. Like they can't have him keep winning. I know a lot of people are worried that he's lost 2 weeks in a row, but you gotta remember he lost his Dolph Ziggler and he lost to the guy that was the sole survivor in Survivor Series and is also a former world champion. Yes, Adrian Neville does need big wins, but give him time. He's just got on TV.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, yeah, he's losing, but look who he's losing to. It's not like he's losing to a couple of schmucks.
Now, if he was losing to frickin' what the hell, shit, like Santino Marella or whomever, yeah, that would that would look a little bad. But no,
Yeah, oh yeah.
yeah, not Neville's. No, That wasn't a good place right now. Just give him time. As far as the whole Kane shit, you know, it's whatever. It's what are you gonna do? I mean, it's just another. The announcer is just another reason to poke fun at WCW. Whatever. Trying to think what else happened. Naomi turning heel. She got a good promo. I'll say that much. You know, Naomi cutting a good heel promo. That was good. I mean, don't get me wrong, Raw was a good show. But it's just like it was. Listen, we run these shows on Thursdays. You know, if this was like on a Monday night and Raw just happened, I'd probably have a little more leeway. You know, I'd probably have a little more ambition to talk about Raw. But you know, it's already 3 days late, so it's not like you're never really. And granted, you always say this. I mean, WrestleMania is one of those exceptions. Pay-per-views are always those exceptions. But with with a Raw, for something that's like not too much, memorable shit happen, and you know what? I don't know. It's not a big thing. But I'll tell you what was a big thing. And you know I'll mention it now since you know Earl stepped out. He's coming back now, I believe. Are you back?
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry.
All right, no problem. Yeah. I was just saying that you know Raw was pretty good, but it wasn't like. You know, it wasn't something to go holy shit about.
No, it definitely wasn't a barn burner, but it was, it was a good show. It was what it was.
We're getting a Russian chain match at Extreme Rules. That's that took me off surprise. I was like, great.
And the fact they're calling it a Russian chain match.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help but to think of Nikita Koloff, but you know.
Oh yeah, man, those were awesome, man. Back in the day, when those matches were prevalent, those things were brutal, man. I mean, they were fantastic, and there was no way you could walk away from that without being hurt in a legitimate way, you know? Of course, wrestling is a work, but people don't realize that those were real chains, and that's really what I think brought the believability to wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Matches like that. And that really was the gateway to the hardcore craze that people have.
Oh yeah, it's like speaking of like hardcore guys though, like I mentioned this to you because I forgot to mention this last week, where I was talking about guys I liked as a kid, and or I was mentioning like I liked Luger, I liked Goldberg as a kid, and I grew up. One of those guys I really was a huge mark for was Abdullah the Butcher. I was a huge fan of him. I loved that hardcore style, and then I saw Bruiser Brody.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, that's the hardcore style, that, and the guy's athletic as fuck, for someone who is like 6'9", 300 pounds.
Huss.
Huge man. I was shocked. I haven't seen it yet, but I actually saw on YouTube there's a shooter review of him.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It had to have been way before he died.
Well, I would hope.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
no, it was a week after he croaked, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the thing about Brody is, not Brody, but Abby, is he'll walk up to you and he'll walk up to people in the locker room and he'll go, "Are you prepared to die for this business?" Your answer needs to be no. Because if you say yes, he'll do everything in his power to fucking kill you. He's fucking crazy. I mean, he's a great guy and all. I did hear a story once about, I forget now who it was he was traveling with. I want to say it was probably Wahoo. But it was him and it was Wahoo and it was, I think, Wahoo's wife. And he held a fart for 400 miles just because he didn't want to fart in front of the guy's wife.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Can you imagine how fucking painful that would be? I mean, holding on to that for... I don't think it's physically possible, but I guess it is, but damn.
I mean, hey, Andre the Giant drank 120 beers within 6 hours. Anything's possible.
That's true. Yeah, and then he picked up a chick, and according to Patterson, it was like watching a lion rape a puppy. So, uh, you know,
I was just picturing that in his voice.
I gotta find you. I'll find you the clip and send it to you.
Oh no, I've seen it, but hearing Patterson say it is
Yeah,
just as more priceless.
and then he makes the noise.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Well, Patterson would. So.
Well, yeah. That's true.
Well, but here,
So
but
they took Daniel Bryan off the WWE European tour.
wait, what happened? Well, but before we get
I know
into
he
that,
got hurt, but I don't know. Okay.
before we get into that, I was gonna say because I was gonna segue from Raw into this. So yeah, SmackDown, the tapings, that rock bottom, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. Talk about yeah.
What? Let me ask you this. Um, simple question. If you don't agree with me, totally fine, totally fine. I'd like you provide an explanation for it. But the guys that the fans, I guess you could call them, when they got in there and the one guy took the rock bottom, you think those guys are trained?
Yeah. I don't know. I cringed.
Once I saw that, I was like, "This was planned." Not from WWE's part,
course.
but like the guys that all went in there
Yeah.
and did that on their part. Those guys are trained. Trust
Oh,
me.
well, of course they are, but that's not the point. I mean, it's just like I'm just watching it, going, well, okay. I'm trying to figure out why they did it like that, but
Oh, dude, it's freaking England. Those fans are nuts.
they really are. Yeah, and they're rough.
Yeah, they're nuts.
my-
It's like I remember you telling me when they had WrestleMania around here in New Jersey and the crowd was going nuts. Raw after you're saying you're like, you guys in New Jersey are crazy. I'm like, yeah, we are, but most of those people don't live here.
Yeah,
like,
that's
those
what it is,
aren't
yeah.
our people. It was
Yeah.
like, I think there was a chant from the last Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania 31. There was a huge chant that said, "We're not from here."
Oh my god.
So those people are probably UK people. UK crowds are fucking insane.
They really are, and I'll tell you, I mean, I wouldn't call them UK, but I would definitely say Canadian fans are also a little off the rocker.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. The famous. Let's plug in the famous Jerry Lawler line. We're in Bizarro World, Jr.
Yeah, exactly. SmackDown and all that.
Oh, you're actually watching SmackDown?
I'm glancing back and forth, but I'm reading. I'm also on the WrestleView, and I'm reading the results because I just want to see what's going on. And the thing with Cena and Bryan teaming up, but I don't know to what extent.
Oh.
Where they pulled him.
Oh,
What
I
happened?
hope not. Like, I'm just like, I heard a little bit about it, but I was like, dude, he was doing so well. Like, this is why they didn't want to give him the title.
Oh no, what happened?
No, because remember last year when they gave him the belt, he got hurt.
Right. Oh well. Yeah.
That's why Ziggler.
Yeah.
Listen, anyone who thinks that Ziggler and Bryan are getting held back, listen, WWE thinks they're injury prone. And this is the same stupid company. This is why I say constantly again, they need to lower this road schedule. Otherwise, you're going to deal with Ziggler and Bryan doing the 5 moves of doom.
Well, the same thing happened with Ahmed Johnson. Remember him? That guy would stub his toe and be out for 6 fucking months. But
Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard him talk in an interview? Like, I don't mean like a kayfabe. I mean like a shoot interview.
I have, yeah.
Oh, have you digest 5 words he said?
No, I
okay,
needed a
good.
dictionary.
All right, then
I
I'm
need a
not. All right, then
dictionary.
I'm not nuts.
I need a what the fuck did he say to English dictionary?
I don't know what speech sounds more comprehended. Ahmed Johnson or Gary Busey?
Gary's in a world all of his own. So
My
I would.
favorite was, I believe it's the Larry the Cable Guy roast, where he just goes on this long fucking rant, and then at the end of it, he just follows up with, "I'm Gary Busey, and who knows what the fuck I'm talking about."
Yeah, that tells you that he gets it, and you know he did that.
That's the sad thing, but that's the scary thing too. Gary gets it. He gets these nuts. He fucking understands.
I saw the thing he did for the was it Netflix or some kind of shit.
Oh,
that he
I
did?
love that commercial.
The Fire Stick, or he goes.
I love that.
You can't.
For
Yes.
WWE, I was like, I'm like, all we need is Iron Sheik, and this is like, nothing comedy with fucking Adam Sandler or anything, any movie produced will ever top this, because that's the true comedy gold right now.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for
Will
sure.
Ferrell might as well retire. And then you can forget about Tyler Perry. Oh shit.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I mean, that would be. Dude, I would pay money for that. That would be something I would reach into my wallet and pull out cash. I'd be like, "Fuck you, take all of my money. I
Oh,
want
what?
to see
Just
this."
Gary Busey and Iron Sheik talking to each other?
Yeah, just give him a mic and just let him go. I mean, and just make sure the cameras are rolling, because I'm telling you, and have plenty of fucking tape or however they do it now, because. Yeah.
You can't add more fuel to the fire. Get Billy Jack Haynes in there.
Oh Jesus, no!
You already know what I'm talking about.
That motherfucker might have out something. So
Oh,
it's just you, so having to go under.
Jimmy Uso off of TV too. I'm like, hey, you know what? That guy could still work.
He could wrestle.
Yeah.
Get over. What the fuck,
Yeah, put him in some single matches. Yeah, but I hate shit like that. They did that with the Bellas too for a while. I'll turn on SmackDown just for the hell of it, and the first thing I see, like, I got it on fucking DVR. I don't even know if we mentioned this later.
No, but it makes sense. Well, come on. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Well-
the Sci-Fi Network really.
Yeah, they had ECW on there with that channel, so like, hey, let's just throw SmackDown on there. But listen, my final thought: get rid of SmackDown. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That
I
breed
couldn't agree
died.
more.
It died not only when you took the fist away, but to me it died when it was basically ropes now, the white ropes, and now all they have is an LED board, so they don't even have to change the graphic and change that.
I do
from
like
Raw.
that. But
Like
let's talk about that for a second when you get out.
just finish this up, and like they might as well just take SmackDown off, because there's nothing new, there's nothing refreshing between Raw and SmackDown anymore. They're the same thing. So you're gonna have 5 hours a week still of the same content. People enjoy NXT because it's a fresher thing, and they have more, freedom, but some variety.
The boys a lot, especially when they're trying to work. You know what I mean?
I
Because
mean,
accidents,
shit, at this rate,
accidents do happen.
At this rate, you might as well put wheels on the fucking ring.
True. I give you that.
Like now, it's like now they're making the ring so electronic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, it's trying to evolve their product somehow, but I'm when they do a gimmick match with the weapons, they always grab shit from the other sides anyway. They'll either grab stuff from under the ring from